Hi, I'm Cassie. Come see our project in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Hi, I'm Cassie Beech. I'm the principal designer of Made with Grace and Grit here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm the lead designer. I have been since 2017. And this is Kayla.
Hi, my name is Kayla Tischler and I'm the project manager with Made with Grace and Grit.
And we started this project actually several years ago. The client moved back home, and so we helped them with furnishings, and then we spent 2 years planning the renovation.
I think to make this space truly finished, it's adding all of the details and going to the finish line. So it's adding in the curtains, it's the throw pillows, it's the beautiful rugs.
I would agree. I think the details are what make the space go from feeling like a showroom to feeling like a home. This is a front entry room where we did a little seating nook. The bay window was here, but we actually added the seat. So it creates a little spot where she can sit, watch her kids play a game. And we added this beautiful bluestone table, this great light fixture, and a statement piece of art to anchor this space. Prior to the renovation, we actually had a post over here and this weird drop-down ceiling, so we cleaned up all the lines. And then we added these beautiful 2-page draperies. They're light filtering, so it just softens when she gets the direct light in this bay window. And here we have their living room where they can gather. We added this beautiful stone fireplace. Prior, they had really dark cherry built-ins. So we did a nice statement fireplace, gas powered, this beautiful mantle. We added the frame TV, and then we just did a beautiful natural stone that matches the exterior of the house. On these beautiful windows flanking the fireplace, we added these great Roman shades from 2 Pages. We really wanted to play up the texture. We have a lot of neutral colors in this space, so whenever we have a neutral space, we want to play up texture within the room. So we have the textured Roman shades. They're battery powered, so they can easily do them up and down with the remote. And then below it, we have this great built-in, beautiful quartzite countertops, and then we have these great oak cabinets below. We added this beautiful wool rug to create a foundation in this space, and all new furniture, lots of throw pillows and blankets to add a lot of texture to the room, lots of greens as well to really make this space feel cozy and homey. Come on into this great dining room space that we did. We really set the foundation by having this large stone table in here. Then we styled this dining room table with this large elongated bowl, and then we added a lot of chairs so they can accommodate for entertaining. Did a beautiful wool rug to set a foundation here as well. Over here, we intentionally planned out the furniture ahead of time prior to starting the remodel. One of the things we did is we actually raised this window to allow for a great buffet. It's this great dark piece that anchors the space. We have a lot of light neutrals. So we were really strategic to weave in a couple of dark pieces throughout to just pull your eye through the space. So you'll see black kind of anchored throughout all of the spaces. And then going around the space, we added these great linen 2-page curtains. We love the texture. We use them in almost all of our projects. These ones are lined to really help filter out the sunlight. And then behind them, because she wanted the ability to soften the light without completely blocking it out, we did these sheer panels behind there as well. Over here, we did this gigantic tree. And then we also chose to address the patio doors with drapes as well. I love drapes on patio doors. They don't block any natural light like some of the blind options do. I can't wait to show you this primary suite. We have a lot of functionality in this space. So obviously we have the bed here, which anchors the whole room. We added a ton of layers to their bed. It really gives it a cozy feel. I always say we want our clients to feel like they're sleeping in a luxury hotel. So we've added lots of layers of bedding and texture. Then we added these great velvet drapes, which create a little moody vibe. We went darker with the wall color in here. So these are beautiful. They're lined. They can have completely blackout if they work a night shift. We actually used to have a bay window here. We took that out and extended the deck and added these beautiful patio doors. They have a great view of the pool. And then they have their own private balcony off of the bedroom, which created another spot for these beautiful 2-page curtains. And then a great mirror to really bounce light in the space since we have a dark wall color in here. Coming down here, we created multiple zones in this large entertainment area. Starting in this area, we actually took out, there was a corner fireplace. We took that out and added a window to create more natural light. We knew we were going dark and moody, so we wanted to get as much natural light in this space as we could. And then we did these great curtains over here, these beautiful velvet 2-page curtains. They're the Birkins. We love them because they add so much texture, especially if you have a dark, moody space. It's nice to add the contrast of going a little lighter, but still staying with that vibe by adding the texture of the velvet. In this area, this is kind of the heart of their home. We added this beautiful large-scale sectional that they could fit a ton of people on. And then we moved the fireplace from the corner to here. We did these great floating shelves out of the wood that matches the millwork. And then we did these painted cabinets. They have a slim shaker on them. Let's show you this area of the house. This is a seating area and part of it didn't exist before. So from here over, this was actually a patio that we enclosed to add a mudroom and a pool bath for the pool. And I love that we created these large scale windows in the patio door to add a ton of natural light. It almost feels like you're part of the backyard sitting here. And then to create a lot of texture, again, we framed out the beautiful windows with these great Birkin velvet draperies from 2 Pages. We did a soft color so that it creates a little contrast from the dark millwork and the dark wall color and just adds a nice contrast point. You'll notice that in these dark spaces, we did a lot of high contrast with the dark, 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 and then the light to create depth and interest in the space. And then again, because it's relatively neutral, we played up a lot of texture. So you'll see the rug has a lot of texture, the pillows. We did a lot of natural stone with the coffee tables here to really create a lot of depth and dimension, and it helps the space feel very cozy. In here, we have the boys' bedroom. So they have 2 kiddos sharing a room, and we wanted to add some nice texture, again, in depth and dimension. So we pulled the blue from our accent wall into the curtains, and this is another unique, we don't see these very often, this 2-page texture. It matches the same texture that we have upstairs on the Roman shades. It just creates a little bit of contrast in it, so it adds dimension and depth. And then again, you can easily slide them. They're lined to filter out light so the kids can take a nap or do whatever they need to do without this direct light inside. This is their teenage son's bedroom. So in here, we actually repurposed a sofa they had in their living room to create a little lounge for him. And then we flanked the windows with these beautiful 2-page curtains. They add a lot of texture into the space. And then we loaded it with some pillows to make it really comfy and cozy so they can sit, read a book, hang out with friends, and just have another space in their home for entertaining. The one design principle that I will never compromise on when it comes to window treatments is, first of all, having them. I will sometimes have clients that are like, do we really need them? And I always say yes. I really think it's important. It adds so much texture to the space. It makes the windows feel bigger. And then again, it helps with noise and echoing. So first of all, having them. And then second of all, going high. I usually tuck them nice and close to the ceiling, unless it's, you know, a 12-foot plus ceiling, then you address it differently. But if it's under that, I will usually go right to the ceiling and nice and wide outside the casing.
Thank you so much for joining us and enjoying this beautiful space with us.
Yeah, we hope you were inspired and you took a lot from it.